Alright, man, what's going on YouTube, man? Welcome back to another video, man. It's your boy Cannon Reactions, and today, y'all know what time it is. It's all about crime, news, shit like that, dumb criminals. Oh, wait, before we hop right into this video, man, make sure you go ahead and hit that like button. Make sure you go ahead and subscribe if you're new to the channel, man. Shout out to all my new subscribers. We are on the road to 100 subscribers, man, so make sure y'all continue to check out the new videos that's coming every single day, bro. And yeah, let's hop right into it, man. Let's get it. I don't know what's about to happen, bro. You feel me? I'm tuned in. A lot of these videos that we watching, I ain't never seen just like y'all, bro. So we reacting to this shit together.
Delve into the story that took place in Oklahoma. On August 8th, 2012, the sheriff of Garvin County received a call from the Oklahoma State Bureau of Investigation. The latter said they were contacted by a resident named Van Emblem, who reported seeing something horrific. As he believed, he witnessed the disposal of the body and an attempt to hide all the evidence. Emblem said that the night before the call, his friend, on whose ranch he has been working for 4 years, asked him for help. When he arrived at the ranch, a friend admitted he needed help to get rid of the body. At first, Van thought it was a joke. However, when he saw the plastic buckets with...
If your friend call you over and ask for help, and then you pull up, it's two scenarios here. If I call your ass right now and I'm like, hey G, I need your help right now. You feel me? I could either be like, yo, hey, I really need your help right now. It's really important. If I'm stupid, I'm gonna be like, yeah, such and such, like I'll be talking about what happened. Which is dumb because the police really want to have any type of evidence or want to have you testifying on your own self, they could just pull up the phone records and tap what y'all was talking about type shit. So that's the first scenario, if you was just dumb and stupid. The second one is, hey, look, I need your help, pull up right now. No questions asked. You pull up, you walk into my crib. If you see it's a body right here, and I tell you I need help, what the fuck is funny about that, my nigga? You think I'm joking right now? You think this is a laughing matter right now? I'm fucking panicking probably. Like, I don't know. Well, it depends on the type of person. We gonna see. He probably wasn't panicking because he probably did it on purpose. But let's see.
red stains, he realized it wasn't a joke at all. Since the buckets were heavy, his friend needed help loading them into a pickup truck. Before realizing he could become an accomplice to the crime, Van helped his friend. Coming to his senses, he left.
That's why you gotta watch your friends, bro. I'm gonna be honest, dog. A lot of my friends know, bro. If you in some crazy ass shit like that, bro, don't even hit me up, bro. I'm gonna be honest, dog. Cause if it ain't got shit to do with me, I don't even want to be in that situation, bro. Cause just like, because out of the love of you trying to help a friend, bro, you automatically become a part of the investigation. You know what I'm saying? You automatically become, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not the victim, but you know what I'm saying, a target. You become, you know what I'm saying? I forgot what they call it, but I'm gonna learn more as I watch this shit. But yeah, bro, watch your friends, bro. Your real friends will never put you in a situation that's gonna fuck your life up too. You feel what I'm saying? Like, you have to, if you in a position where you put yourself in, don't call for no help, bro. Just take whatever come with that, bro, because why would you jeopardize and fuck up what somebody else got going in life? You know what I'm saying? And sometimes people do it because they love you, but sometimes just because they love you don't mean that they should help you, bro, and fuck up their life too just because you made a dumb decision. You know what I'm saying? Like, some of y'all just selfish as fuck, bro.
Telling his friend to deal with all this alone. Over the next few hours, Van contacted a lawyer who convinced him the only way out of this situation would be to call the police. After all, if it became known later that he knew about the crime but did not report it to the authorities, he would be prosecuted as an accomplice. Brandon Duran was born in 1980 in San Diego, California. Brandon's father was an ardent motorcyclist and a former member of the Bandidos Motorcycle Club, which the FBI considers a criminal organization, the second largest in the world after the Hells Angels. His parents divorced when he was around 10 years old. However, they maintained good relations, equally partaking in their son's upbringing. His father's love of motorcycles gradually passed to Brandon. At 25, he had his own motorcycle, which he assembled by hand and treasured dearly. He often spent time with other bikers, but did not belong to any motorcycle club. The unexpected death of Brandon's father on April 2005 was very challenging for him. Trying to beat the growing depression, Brandon decided to change something in his life. He sat on a motorcycle and drove to Las Vegas. Living
He don't look crazy.
in Vegas for about a year, Brandon met 24-year-old Amber Andrews, whose company made him forget all the problems. A whirlwind romance between them resulted in marriage 2 months after they met. By this time, Amber was pregnant. In December 2006, she gave birth to Brandon's son, Brando. The birth of a child was a crucial change in Brandon's life. He became a
Let me ask y'all something. On a serious note, for real, for real. Do y'all think it's a such thing as somebody loving you too much? Like they love you too much? You know what I'm saying? Like y'all get what I'm trying to say? Like, is it a thing like where a person could love you too much to where it's kind of scary almost? You know what I'm saying? Y'all get what I'm trying to say? Let me know down below in the comments if y'all get what I'm trying to say. I really can't get it out right now, but I'm trying. But it's like a person could love you so much, bro, that if you tried to leave, like you couldn't type shit. That type of love. You know what I'm saying? And is that real love, bro? You feel what I'm saying? Like, y'all let me know down below.
caring father and husband who worked at a high-paying job and chose family over his interests. However, one couldn't say the same about Amber. As if not noticing the birth of a child, she remained loyal to her lifestyle, constantly hanging out at biker gatherings and various parties. Thus, relations in the young family started deteriorating rapidly. Sometimes it even came to fights. Undoubtedly, the only outcome of this was a divorce, filed 4 years after the wedding. Brandon received full custody of the child. After all, unlike Amber, he could provide for both himself and his son. After the divorce finalization in 2010, Amber returned to her hometown.
Damn, that's Amber. Damn, Amber tatted the fuck up.
Of Meeker in Oklahoma, and Brandon went home to San Diego with his son. He was happy to be reunited with his family, who later helped him raise a child. Gradually, the emotional wounds from a failed marriage began to heal, and Brandon was again optimistic about the future. However, while thinking about the future, the past knocked on his door. In the summer of 2012, he saw Amber on his doorstep. His ex-wife wanted to reunite, asking him to give their relationship another chance.
See, knowing in this situation right now, just listening to what's going on, bitches do this shit all the time, bro. You feel what I'm saying? It's crazy, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? The fact that she probably, because, and now granted, he not going into full detail of like why they got the divorce. You know what I'm saying? We don't know what, you know, was the exact reasoning behind it. Cause I mean, it could have been cause she just want to be a hot girl and shit like that, a city girl type shit. You feel me? Like she just want to be out there and do her thing. You feel me? I mean, but if you already knew that, you should have never got married. You know what I'm saying? Like if you just gonna be on that type of time, and why would you waste somebody else's time? You know what I'm saying? So you continue to go out there and do your thing and party and drink and do coke and do drugs and da-da-da-da-da. And it's like now that you all worn out and dried up and shit, now you want to go back to where you feel like it's going to be somewhat that a comfortable space for you because now you know what's going on there. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, bro. That shit crazy.
The feelings that Brandon tried to suppress so diligently resurfaced. He believed in the sincerity of his ex-wife and agreed to a fresh start. In September, their son Brando was supposed to go to kindergarten, and Amber asked the three of them to go to Oklahoma to visit her parents, who wanted to see their grandson. Brandon agreed, and they started preparing for the trip, planning to stay in Oklahoma for about a week. A few days before Brandon, Amber, and their sons returned to San Diego, Van Emblem contacted the Oklahoma State Bureau of Investigation. Van reported that his friend and employer asked for help to get rid of the body, saying that it was the body of Brandon Duran. The person who asked for Van's help was 30-year-old Justin Hammer from Garvin County. After receiving a call from the Oklahoma State Bureau of Investigation about the possible crime, the local sheriff and his assistant
Hold on, wait. He moving a little too fast for me. Hold on. My bad, y'all. I gotta go back a little bit. Hold up.
suppressed so diligently resurfaced. He believed in the sincerity of his ex-wife and agreed to a fresh start. In September, their son Brando was supposed to go to kindergarten, and Amber asked the three of them to go to Oklahoma to visit her parents, who wanted to see their grandson. Brandon agreed, and they started preparing for the trip, planning to stay in Oklahoma for about a week. A few days before Brandon, Amber, and their sons returned to San Diego, Van Emblem contacted the Oklahoma State Bureau of Investigation. Van reported that his friend and employer asked for help to get rid of the body, saying that it was the body of Brandon Duran. The person who asked for Van's help was 30-year-old Justin Hammer from Garvin County. After receiving a call from the Oklahoma State Bureau of Investigation about the possible crime, the local sheriff and his assistant immediately went to the ranch owned by Hammer. Moreover, after calling Brandon's relatives from San Diego, the authorities found out Brandon was out of reach for several days. Until confirming the information provided by Van, they decided not to disclose the details of this case to Brandon's family. To the surprise of detectives, during questioning, Justin quickly confessed to murdering Brandon Duran. However, there was one crucial moment. Hammer said he acted in self-defense and described Duran as a dangerous motorcycle gang member who threatened him. According to him,
Who y'all believe at this point right here, bro? Brandon or Justin, bro? Because Brandon is the victim, bro.
On August 7th, Brandon drove up to his house on a motorcycle, kicked out the door with his foot, went inside, and started threatening him. Hammer claimed to have an intimate connection with Amber, which became the reason for Brandon's unexpected visit.
It's always about a bitch, bro. Niggas literally be dying, bro, over bitches, bro. Like, really let that shit sink in, bro. Like, niggas really be dying over bitches. Shit crazy.
As Hammer reported, Brandon threatened him, saying he must disappear from Amber's life, promising he'd ask his biker friends to help him disappear forever, and mentioning his relatives would also perish if he disobeyed. Allegedly, Hammer grabbed a shotgun standing in the corner of the room and fired it after these words. Realizing that Brandon was dead, he got afraid of retribution from the Banditos Motorcycle Club and therefore did not call the police, deciding to hide all the evidence instead. Justin moved the body to the bathroom where he disposed of it using a saw, 5 5-gal buckets, and cement. According to Hammer's statement, he couldn't load the buckets into the pickup truck on his own due to their weight added by cement. Hence, he asked for assistance from his friend Van, who helped him load buckets into a pickup truck, but then left and turned him over to the police. Hammer's ranch had a small pond into which he threw the buckets. After dealing with the body, he began cleaning the house. He later burned the supplies, gloves, and rags he used for cleaning. As Hammer claimed, he gave Brandon's motorcycle to his relative. At the same time, Hammer stressed that his relative didn't know about the bike's origin and disassembled it for spare parts. After all 5 buckets were lifted from the bottom of the pond, the officers went to Meeker to tell Amber the sad news. The woman was in shock after learning about the death of her child's father. She said they divorced, but planned to start living together again.
Hold on, but was she not there at the crib? Was she not there with him? Or did Brandon just approach, pull up on the nigga? Like, Brandon just literally just pulled up on the nigga, right? Like, yeah, I'm finna slide. You know what I'm saying? Bruh fucking with my bitch. You know what I'm saying? And she not telling me the truth. You feel me? So I'ma slide. I think that's what Brandon did. Brandon said, I'm finna slide. He pulled up. Justin like, what the fuck you doing? You know what I'm saying? I'm not opening the door. You got me fucked up. Brandon said, nigga, you got me fucked up. I ain't ride my nice ass bike over here, all the way over here for no reason. You finna open up the door. So Brandon bust through the fucking door. Once Brandon bust through the fucking door, Justin like, bro, what the fuck you doing? You know my last name Hammer. I got a hammer in the kitchen, but I really got a hammer over here if you playing with me, cuz. You know what I'm saying? Justin off his ass, bro. Justin off that mind, bro, with the shoddy, bro. And then cut up his body, bro. Listen, man. Do you know how fucked up you are, bro? To chop up a human being, bro? What? No, bro.
Amber also mentioned she fought with Brandon the day before because he found out about her relationship with Justin Hammer. After the argument, Brandon got on a motorcycle and left, saying he would deal with her lover himself. And one would say that such a version of events seemed believable.
Brandon said, "I'ma slide."
Soon there was a new development in the case. Criminologists that worked in Hammer's house started discovering new evidence that cast doubt on his testimony. Justin said Brandon kicked the door down and entered the house, while in fact, someone kicked the door from the inside. The shoe print left on the door matched the footprint of Hammer's sneakers, which indicated Justin was the one who knocked down the door. In addition to the pistol and shotgun, they found a list of items needed to dispose of the body.
Hold on, wait. So Justin slid on Brandon? Hold on, bro.
Criminologists that worked in Hammer's house started discovering new evidence that cast doubt on his testimony. Justin said Brandon kicked the door down and entered the house, while in fact, someone kicked the door from the inside. The shoe print left on the door matched the footprint of Hammer's sneakers, which indicated Justin was the one who knocked down the door. In addition to the pistol and shot.
So why would Justin knock down his own door?
Gun, they found a list of items needed to dispose of the body in the gun safe. It could indicate that the crime was not spontaneous, and Hammer was preparing for it in advance. Apart from the 5 buckets, they removed a doghouse from the pond. Filled with cement, it contained fragments that did not fit into buckets. Based on this evidence, Justin Hammer was charged with first-degree murder. The forensic medical expert had a difficult job: to analyze 25 separate fragments of Duran's body. An autopsy
crazy.
showed that Brandon was shot 4 times in the head. 3 times.
What, bro? With a shotty, bro? Bro, that man literally blowing pieces of this man's head off. How you shoot a nigga in the head 4 times with the pump?
Times with a pistol and once with a
Hold
Hammer
on.
was charged with first-degree murder. The forensic medical expert had a difficult job: to analyze 25 separate fragments of Duran's body. An autopsy showed that Brandon was shot 4 times in the head, 3 times with a pistol and once with a shotgun. Moreover, according to the expert, the shotgun shot was the last one.
Oh, okay,
By this
okay. I'm
time-
tripping. Hold on.
Times with a pistol. Forensic medical expert had a difficult job: to analyze 25 separate fragments
He
of
got
Duran's
shot 4
body.
times, but not
An
in the
autopsy
head.
showed that Brandon was shot 4 times in the head, 3 times with a pistol and once with a shotgun. Moreover, according to the expert,
No,
the
I
shotgun
was
shot was the last one. By this time, Brandon was presumably dead and lying on the floor.
Welcome home.
That man annihilated that man, bro.
That thing is not my dad.
Man, fuck Brandon
None
up,
of us were
bro.
prepared.
However, it contradicted the testimony of Hammer, who stated he fired only once and from a shotgun.
Right.
But it didn't make any sense to the investigators. The question arose: why did Hammer need to use a shotgun after firing a pistol 3 times? Especially since Brandon was already dead. This evidence suggested that someone else besides Hammer could be involved in the crime.
Right. Somebody else shot that nigga too.
The investigators' call to Brandon's mother, Cindy, about
Ah.
her son's death left the woman dumbstruck. After coming to her senses, Cindy clarified
Ooh,
that
I
Brandon
thought it
had
was her.
never been a member of the Banditos motorcycle club. As she said, Brandon's father passed on his love for motorcycles to his son, but it never turned into something more. But there was another curious moment in Cindy's story. She said Brandon's bike was broken when he left for Oklahoma. He loaded it into the back of his pickup truck, hoping to fix it in Oklahoma. Moreover, Cindy said her son didn't like conflict situations, mentioning that his ex-wife Amber was a source of all his problems. Her unfaithfulness overshadowed their relationship from the very beginning. After all, even after the birth of her son, Amber stayed loyal to her lifestyle. And when Brandon would express his disapproval of her behavior, she would start a fist fight. All this
Narcissist.
eventually led to a divorce that resulted in Brandon receiving full custody of their son, which made Amber furious. Next, she disappeared for more than a year, uninterested in her son's life. Hence, when she suddenly appeared and asked for a second chance, Brandon and the rest of his family were astonished.
Right.
After learning all this information, including that Justin Hammer and Amber were lovers, the investigators decided to study Brandon's ex-wife more closely. Amber told police that Brandon left on a motorcycle after the argument. However, his family claimed it was broken. The question arose, if the breakage was not severe, why would Brandon take the motorcycle to Oklahoma instead of fixing it at home? And as for Amber, she never mentioned that Brandon was fixing it. She also claimed that she went to a doctor's appointment after Brandon set off
Just
to deal with
lying.
Hammer. And yet the police found no evidence she was in any of the city's medical facilities that day. All this meant Amber had no alibi. Detectives later discovered that Amber asked her friend to babysit her son on the day of Brandon's death. When her friend arrived around 3
She
p.m.,
knew he was gonna get
Amber
murdered.
and Brandon left the house together. They drove in Brandon's pickup truck with a motorcycle in the back. Amber left her phone at home and didn't return until 8 hours later. However, when she finally did, neither Brandon nor his motorcycle were in the truck. After accessing Amber's phone, investigators found a message
She set
received
him up.
just before she and Brandon left the house. The text, sent by Justin Hammer, said, "The ink is ready." The investigators believed it was some secret code, meaning everything was ready to deal with Brandon. After interviewing Amber's close friends, detectives discovered she never wanted to get back together with her ex-husband and always spoke negatively about him. She hated Brandon for getting full custody of their son and for being a square. Soon, the authorities found physical evidence that didn't reflect well on Amber's story. The forensic handwriting analysis confirmed that the note found in Hammer's safe, the one listing the items needed for body disposal, was written by Amber. And when the police got access to the CCTV cameras of the local hardware store, they learned the crime was planned and prepared in advance.
Yeah.
The
She
footage,
set 'em
taken
up.
the day before Brandon's death, shows Hammer buying buckets and other items from a list written by Amber. However, while awaiting trial, Hammer insisted he didn't have an accomplice and acted in self-defense. He was doing every
It is mind blowing to me that people literally can kill people, bro, or literally plan to go kill somebody. That is, to me, that is crazy, bruh. Like, I just can't even come to a conclusion mentally, bro, to be like, yeah, I'm finna, and to know and to think to myself, everything gonna be okay even once I get done with this. Like, what the fuck? What's wrong with me? Why would I even think like that? We finna listen. So basically, what I'm saying right here is, she hated that Brandon got full custody of the child, because usually the mom usually get custody. So I'm pretty sure because of her track record and she probably had a drug addiction problem or some abuse problem or some shit like that. You feel me? So the judge, you feel me? Or if it wasn't that, like they said, he was just able to provide. So she didn't like that. You feel me? And from that point forward, she just literally, you know what I'm saying, had a plan to, like, just get back at him. And then she called the nigga a square, bro. You gonna call my nigga a sucker? You gonna call that man a bitch? For real? You gonna call him a bitch? You would rather have your son out here struggling because you having a hard time being able to take care of him. Because you already left him for a year. So you obviously show you don't even care about the child to begin with. You feel me? So it's just like, why you won't get back for that? That's crazy to me.
Everything he could to protect Amber, who was still free. The man claimed that the items on Amber's list were needed to repair the house, not to get rid of the body. Furthermore, Hammer explained why he used two kinds of weapons, stating that he held a shotgun in one hand and a pistol in the other. Saying that investigators found this statement strange would be an understatement. In a trial many anticipated to last for several weeks, the jurors deliberated for about an hour and a half, returning with a recommended life sentence without parole. We're very pleased with the verdict. We believe it was appropriate, and it's justice for Brandon Duran's family, said Assistant District Attorney Jennifer Austin. We also think the sentence of life without parole is completely appropriate. I am very happy at the...
Man, when motherfuckers do shit like that, bro, you gotta make them niggas suffer, bro. I'm talking about suffer. Suffer. Like, every single day they should be thinking to themselves, why did I do that, bro? You know what I'm saying? Like, and if they care themselves, bro, I mean, hey, you killed somebody else. So, why should we feel sorry for you? You know what I'm saying? Like, when you intentionally kill somebody, bro, intentionally. Now, I know sometimes, you know, you have people, self-defense is another thing, you feel me? But, like, I'm talking about people that literally go out here to think about killing people, bro. It's fucking crazy, bro.
Jury's decision, said Cindy Ware, Duran's mother. I'm sure it was very hard, and this is what I've been hoping for 2 years. In October 2014, Justin Hammer was sentenced to life in prison without parole. 2 months later, Amber was arrested and charged with first-degree murder of her ex-husband, desecrating the remains, and conspiracy to commit a felony. Amber pleaded not guilty, hoping she would get released on bail. I've been fighting for 32 months to get my son home with me, Andrews said as she sat in the courtroom handcuffed and dressed in a light purple inmate suit. My son has been home for exactly 1 month, she said. If there's anything I can do to be at home with him until the trial. District Judge Jeff Virgin of Norman, in town to oversee a jury trial here, agreed with the state's request to deny a bond amount for Andrews. With the nature of the allegations, this court finds that bond should be denied at this time, Virgin said.
Bro, she looked different in each photo.
It took more than 2 years before the trial began in the spring of 2017. Amber pleaded not guilty, while her lawyers claimed the defendant was not at the crime scene. Prosecutors Christy Miller and Jennifer Austin argued that Andrews was the only person with a motive to kill Brandon Duran. According to Miller, Amber was the crime organizer who lured Brandon to her love.
She was the one with motive. Justin really, I mean, could he had a reason? Yeah, but Justin was just the killer, bro. Justin was just the killer, bro. You know what I'm saying? So, she definitely is the one that should get the most time.
Hammer shot him with a pistol 3 times, and Amber fired the last from the shotgun. Miller told the jury that all witness statements and evidence presented during the trial point to Amber's direct involvement in this crime. The only person who wanted him gone was her.
Right.
The only person with motive is Amber Andrews. The only person who had a reason for him to be gone was her, Miller said. She not only needed him to be dead, she needed him to disappear. She had the motive and Hammer had the place to do it.
Right.
They thought they had the perfect plan.
The perfect plan.
As for that motive, Miller told jurors it was to push Duran out of the way so Andrews could regain custody of their young son. Considering she was absent from home for 8 hours on the day of Brandon's death, and the lack of evidence to confirm her alibi, the prosecutor stated that Amber helped Hammer dispose of the body and clean the house. While unable to perform her parenting duties, she didn't want to give her son to a man she hated. And since she couldn't get custody of the child through the court, she decided to eliminate Brandon. However, the defense attorney Jay Mendros argued that the prosecutor's office provided no evidence of Amber's involvement in this case. "There's no evidence," Mendros said to jurors. "That's what you do when you have no evidence. They smear her character. What the state has is a theory, a conspiracy theory, but there's no evidence to prove it. She's not a cold-blooded killer. She did not plan this murder. Justin did this because he was afraid of losing Amber." Mendros called it a perfect recipe for disaster. With Duran.
So basically, so at that point, what the fuck does Justin legal team say at that point? Because if I'm in the courtroom and I'm looking at Amber, and Amber defense is saying, "Oh, I had nothing to do with that," even though she knows she did, and I'm Justin, I'm like, "Bitch, you know you lying." Like what? Like it was all up to you. Like you feel me? You wanted custody of your child, and you wanted my help, and because I'm already fucking you, who else you gonna go to? You feel me?
Duran coming to Oklahoma to get back together with Andrews, while Hammer, having dated Andrews for a year, was afraid of losing her to Duran. The defense attorney presented the following statements. Justin Hammer had every reason to kill Brandon Duran. It was a love triangle, a case about being torn between lovers. There is no black and white here. She went back and forth with both men. They took all the statements in here and twist and turn them and make them appear sinister. They're trying to put someone in prison on suspicion and innuendo. We don't convict people in this country on maybes. They do not have any
Shit.
evidence other than suspicions. That doesn't make her a
Shit.
conspirator or a murderer. Justin Hammer has confessed to this murder. He said he did it, and he did it alone. That is evidence that we do have. Jurors reached the guilty verdicts after hearing more than 4 hours of closing arguments
Justin
in a
love
Garvin
that
County
bitch.
district courtroom. They recommended sentencing
Like I said,
35-year-old
baby, I'ma
Amber
die for
Andrews
you.
to life in prison.
I'll
Sentencing
ride
was
in jail
scheduled
for
for
you.
June 12, 2017. On this day, Amber appeared at the court hearing in a good mood. Brandon's mother, Cindy Ware, tearfully approached the witness stand to express her thoughts on how her son's death affected her and her grandson, Brando. "You and your minions have taken away every dream I had ever had," Ware said after placing a photo of Duran next to the stand. "All Brandon wanted was his family, and you murdered him for it. I'll never see that smile that brightens a room before Brandon even comes in. He won't get the chance to teach Brando how to snowboard. You saw to that when you murdered him. If you did care about Brando, you wouldn't have murdered his father. You have to work for what you want, not murder for it. You wanted it, and would do anything you could to destroy it," she said, while at times pausing from her comments and looking up to stare intensely at Andrews, shaking her head up and down. "That is the work of the devil," Ware said, adding it's unspeakable what Andrews has done to her as Duran's mother. Before the judge's verdict, defense attorney Jay Mendros made another statement. "It's still the defense's position that there's nothing that ties her to this murder," Mendros told the judge. "There's no evidence that she was involved in this murder. I would ask the judge to disregard the jury's verdict. We ask you set aside the jury's verdict and reset this case." Mendros argued the state's case was void of evidence and played on jurors' emotions to get the guilty verdict. They argued her into prison by guessing and speculation. There's no evidence. The state had nothing else but shock value. Amber Andrews was sentenced to life in prison without parole for the first-degree murder of Brandon Duran.
Yeah, as she should.
In addition, she received 7 years for desecrating the remains and another 10 years for conspiracy to commit a felony. Justin Hammer is currently serving time at the Oklahoma State Penitentiary in McAlester, Oklahoma,
Yeah, that nigga
while
look
Amber
crazy.
Andrews remains.
Wow. Damn, y'all. That shit crazy, bro. That shit crazy. Moral of the story, man. Niggas. To all my niggas out there, hey, listen, bro. Make better decisions with your relationships, man. You know what I'm saying? Ladies, quit dating these crazy, weird ass, bum ass niggas, man. Just stay single. Stay single. Why the fuck would you even settle to be with somebody like that? I'm telling you, bro. Like, sometimes it's best for some people to just be single, bro. I get it. Some of y'all just can't be single. You gotta be with somebody. But that's when you really fuck up, bro. You know what I'm saying? But that takes you back to the question that I asked y'all earlier, bro. Do y'all think it's such a, like, is it a thing to where a person can love you too much, bro? Like, could that be a problem? You feel me? Let me know down below in the comments, man, if y'all think so, man. If y'all enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a like. Go ahead and subscribe. I feel like you should already have subscribed. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, shout out to all my new subscribers, man. We on the road to 100 subscribers, man. And yeah, man, I'll see y'all in my next video, dog. Peace.